We need to practice greater social distancing during this time and better hygiene, perhaps, to keep those cases from rising further. We have had over 356 Tennesseans now recovered from COVID-19, and we're happy to see that continue to increase. That's one of those numbers we want to see go up. There are now 352 hospitalizations, and as we've projected, and I showed you the data models here Friday that we're looking at, we are entering that surge period right now where we're going to see the greatest increases in these numbers just because of the timing of infection and how it's working through our population. And so we are looking to see those numbers increase by a staggering amount during this week especially. And hopefully those projections will remain true or even better, where we see a peak on about April 19th. There have unfortunately been 65 fatalities now from COVID-19, and I'll share the county number with you. We are pulling up to update that right now. In McMinn County, there have been 216 negative cases of COVID-19, and still we're at 13 days solid now of only 3 positive cases. We do know those folks are recovering well. Some have already recovered, but we will, this number that is being reflected to you, those 3 positive cases, that will stay. Just because they're well, it doesn't go back down to 2. That is 3 total McMinn Countyans being diagnosed with COVID positive total. And again, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to our citizens, to all the wonderful Athenians out there and McMinn Countyans who are doing your part by staying apart. Now, with me today, I wanted to take an opportunity to share some of the things that are happening in our community while we can't physically be with each other that we would normally be doing. We would be going to the Arts Center, and I have the Executive Director of the Arts Center with us, Miss Lauren Shepard. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And typically we would be having, I know you wrapped up Jesus Christ Superstar not too long ago, before this really kicked into high gear. And we would be seeing more plays and evening shows and lots of arts, be it music or plays or visual arts. And we're not able to do that right now because the Art Center is closed, which is a very smart move. And I think you were really on the front end before there was an executive order telling folks to close down. You and the board of directors for the Art Center went ahead and made the active choice to close down early just to do your part by helping people stay apart.
Absolutely.
So wanted to ask a few questions and let you share the good message about our arts community with the folks that are watching with us today. We know that COVID-19 has changed a lot of the ways that we can and have to interact with each other, limiting physical closeness, limiting how many people can gather in groups, and all that has a direct influence on what we're all doing daily. So are you still able to produce programming during this time?
We are actually, thanks to the technology afforded us in this day and time. As Seth mentioned, we did close early. We closed to the public on March 16th because obviously the safety of our community is of utmost importance to us, and we are a public gathering place. So in that interim, we thought our mission that we have fulfilled and served our community with for 40 years is to enrich the quality of life and make a difference for our community by providing opportunities for the expression and appreciation of the arts. While it's much easier to do that at the Arts Center, it's not impossible to do that virtually. So we're artists, we're used to improvising, so we said, hey, we can still do arts activities. Facebook Live, everyone's taking advantage of live streaming, so why not do that through the arts as well? So we quickly started a program called Live at the Arts Center, which streams daily from Tuesday Friday at 1:30 p.m. Sometimes it's a house concert with local musicians. We've seen Cody and Alex, we've seen September Song, we've done children's sing-alongs. This Friday, Maddie Yates, a freshman at Walker Valley, will be doing a house concert. We've also done some instruction. We've had drawing classes and juggling lessons. We've done movement exercises as well, including a ballet bar, a soft shoe class. So our goal is to provide a wide range of different media and different levels for our community to continue to engage in the arts and with artists, even virtually. That is happening from the Art Center's Facebook page, which can be found using the hashtag MyArtCenter or simply the Art Center.
I appreciate that, and I know my family is enjoying all of those concerts and neat things that we're seeing that you're able to offer online. And so I was thinking just over the weekend of how truly difficult this would be without technology. Without us being able to live stream with you here right now and share the message just as soon as we can make that available to you. And so it's really cool to see the art community gathering together and utilizing video technology to still share the arts free of charge. Everybody with internet access can access that, and I think that's a wonderful thing. So while Athenians are socially distancing, it's important that people are still connected, of course. And so how are you able to really create that sense of community that we get at the Arts Center virtually?
So again, we're taking advantage of technology to do that, and I'll agree with you. We're getting through this with the help of technology, and also, whether we realize it or not, the arts are helping us survive. And I know my personal wellness is ensured by the arts. I'm reading more, I've been writing a little. I know everyone is binge watching things on Netflix or television, listening to new music. So that's the arts. Whether we think about it or not, they're sustaining us and helping us to not feel so isolated. So we thought about, we launched our Live at the Arts Center, which, an addendum to my earlier announcement, it's now called Live at the Arts Center on Tour, since the Arts Center is totally closed to the public. We're not meeting at that place, so that's why if you're searching for it, use that name. But as we launched that successful online program, I know personally I was getting worried about the amount of time I was spending on my phone. That's something that I always want to check, is how connected I am to my device, because I think sometimes that's a false connection when we're so in tune in that mode that we're not meeting those in front of us. And so in this time when we physically can't meet people in real life, so I thought, I'm an optimist. How can we use this platform to create meaningful connection and stir up some deep conversations using the arts? So we launched another program called our COVID-19 Inspiration Collective, where we're posting daily writing prompts from writers and thought leaders in the community, and music and book and film recommendations in the evening as a way to start kind of an online conversation about what is helping us heal, what's making us feel connected. We've launched that via social media and on a website and our email distribution as well, and we've already seen great participation from some new patrons. People are sharing even personal writing, so I think there's a lot of potential in opening this dialogue to help the arts continue to keep us together.
Thank you. And that you're able to do it in so many different platforms, even though it's all online and video, but that you're including writing, song, visual. We all learn in different ways, so it's important to be able to reach people however they're able to learn. And we also know that folks recharge different ways. We've heard the terminology extroverts and introverts, and it's all about how we're energized. I'm an extrovert, so I need to be around people in a social engagement, and it's terribly trying for folks. And I know it's hard for introverts to be completely kind of closed off as well during this time. And so it's wonderful to reach out and see our friends, our family, our neighbors engaged in artful expression and just sharing the great message of community at this time. So speaking of that, what resources are available for artists and arts organizations to help folks navigate the governor's stay-at-home order right now.
Absolutely. I know this is a trying time, particularly for individual artists who his livelihood is being threatened by this terrible situation. I know the Tennessee Arts Commission and the Americans for the Arts are working diligently to provide resources, so I'd recommend anyone interested in learning more by checking out both of those grant agencies. Also, a local kind of authority on arts and culture is the Thrive Regional Partnership. They're hosting a free online webinar tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm presenting in that, as well as some other arts leaders in the region. We'll be talking about creative ways that arts organizations are responding to the situation, and that some other people will be listing resources for artists as well. We're working to compile that information through the Arts Council too, and we'll be distributing that primarily via email and our website.
Thank you very much. Is there any other message that you may have for our friends that you would like to share?
Thank you for supporting the Arts Council and letting us thrive for 4 decades. If this is the first you're hearing about the Arts Council, I hope you'll take it upon yourself to learn more about who we are and what we do, and join us when we can open up to the public again. And just remember that the arts are everywhere. We need the arts, and the arts can help us.
All right. Thank you very much, Lauren. Tomorrow morning, I will be a guest on WIXI with Lisa Dotson's weekly show to give another update and talk a little bit differently about what we're seeing with the COVID-19 and our community's response, and particularly to dive a little bit deeper into the actual numbers that we're seeing as far as how many have been tested in McMinn County versus other counties in our area. And I think that'd be a really good message. So please check us out there in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon, back here, I will have Athens City Schools Director, Dr. Melanie Miller, back to talk about some of the changes. We keep saying this changes, actually by the minute. And Moises Contreras was on last week and actually saw that happen as we were about to go live with him. We had to halt everything, and we ran over an hour later because of how fast and how much this changes just moment to moment. And so with that, our school system will be updating you tomorrow on that, tomorrow afternoon. And then Lisa Dotson with Main Street Athens on Wednesday, and then Kathy Price with McMinn County Economic Development Authority on Thursday. I will be taking Good Friday off to spend with my family, as I hope and expect that all of you will be able to as well. And so we will not be airing a video on Friday, Good Friday. And I wanted to give you a heads up of that. So thank you for being back with us today. We're very happy to see that McMinn County still sits at 3 positive cases total, and very thankful for that. And that's all to do with our county and city residents doing their part by staying apart. May God bless you, and may God bless Athens.